There are places on this planet that stop you completely in your tracks, places where the sheer scale of what you are looking at makes every worry, every deadline, every distraction simply disappear. These are the views that remind us why Earth is unlike anything else in the known universe. From towering mountain peaks to glowing underwater worlds, from ancient canyon walls carved by millions of years of wind and water to skies that pulse with electric color, our planet holds a collection of visual wonders that no camera can ever fully capture. But we are going to try. Right now, we are taking you on a journey across the most spectacular views this world has to offer, the kind that make people book flights, quit their jobs, and completely rethink what they thought they knew about beauty. Standing at the rim of the Grand Canyon in the state of Arizona is one of the most humbling experiences a human being can have. The canyon stretches approximately 446 kilometers in length, reaches up to 29 kilometers in width, and plunges more than 1.6 kilometers into the earth. The layers of red, orange, and purple rock tell a geological story that spans nearly 2 billion years. At sunrise, when the first light hits the canyon walls and long shadows stretch across the ridges below, the entire landscape transforms into something that feels almost painted. The Colorado River, which carved this massive structure over millions of years, winds like a silver ribbon far below. There is no photograph that truly prepares you for the moment you first see it. The scale is simply beyond what the human brain is built to process at first glance. It is one of those rare places where standing still and doing absolutely nothing is the most powerful thing you can do. Iceland sits at the edge of the Arctic Circle, and during the winter months the sky above it becomes a living canvas. The aurora borealis, or northern lights, is a natural light display caused by charged particles from the sun colliding with gases in Earth's atmosphere. The result is a breathtaking curtain of green, violet, pink, and white light that dances and shifts across the night sky in real time. Watching the northern lights from a frozen lava field in Iceland, with snow-covered mountains in the background and complete silence surrounding you, is an experience that sits permanently in the memory of everyone who witnesses it. The lights move with a kind of fluid grace that feels intentional, almost alive. Iceland's dramatic volcanic landscape adds another layer to the view, making it one of the most visually complex and emotionally powerful scenes on the planet. Seen from above, the Amazon rainforest is an endless ocean of green that stretches across approximately 5.5 million square kilometers across South America. It is the largest tropical rainforest on Earth, home to more species of plants, animals, and insects than anywhere else in the world. Flying over it or viewing it from a high ridge within the forest itself gives you a sense of just how vast and alive this ecosystem truly is. The canopy moves in the wind like a slow, breathing creature. Rivers cut through the green in wide, winding paths, reflecting the sky above them. At dawn, mist rises from the forest floor and hangs in the air above the treetops, creating a dreamlike quality that makes the whole scene feel ancient and untouched. The Amazon is not just a view, it is a reminder of what the world looked like before human hands reshaped it. The Amalfi Coast in southern Italy is a masterpiece of natural and human design working together. Colourful villages cling to steep cliffs that drop dramatically into the deep blue waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Lemon trees, bougainvillea, and ancient stone paths wind between buildings that have stood for centuries. Viewed from the water, the coast looks like a painting, layers of colour stacked vertically from the sea to the sky. Viewed from above, it looks like something out of a dream. The combination of rugged cliffs, crystal clear water, and centuries-old architecture creates a visual harmony that is almost impossible to find anywhere else in the world. At golden hour, when the sun begins to sink toward the horizon and the light turns warm and soft, the entire coastline glows in a way that makes it feel completely unreal. The Himalayan mountain range is the roof of the world, and no view communicates the raw power of nature quite like standing at a high-altitude vantage point and looking out across a sea of snow-capped peaks stretching in every direction. Mount Everest, standing at 8,149 meters above sea level, is the highest point on Earth, and even from a distance, its presence dominates the horizon. The surrounding peaks, many of them over 7,000 meters tall, create a landscape that feels completely otherworldly. The light at high altitude is different from anywhere else, sharper and cleaner, making the snow and ice glow with an almost electric brightness. Clouds drift below the peaks, and the silence at that elevation is total and absolute. It is a view that makes you feel simultaneously very small and deeply connected to something much larger than yourself. Not all of the planet's greatest views are above the surface. The Great Barrier Reef, located off the northeastern coast of Australia, is the world's largest coral reef system, stretching over 2,300 kilometers. Seen from above, it appears as a mosaic of turquoise, blue, and green water patterns that shift and change with the depth of the ocean beneath. But the real view is underwater. Diving into the reef reveals a world of color and movement that rivals anything on land. Coral formations in every shape and size create a three-dimensional landscape filled with thousands of species of fish, sea turtles, rays, and sharks. The light filters down through the water in shifting beams, illuminating the reef in constantly changing patterns. It is a world that operates entirely on its own terms, indifferent to everything above the surface, and witnessing it firsthand is one of the most profound visual experiences our planet has to offer. These views, each extraordinary in its own way, are proof that Earth is a place worth protecting, worth exploring, and worth seeing with your own eyes before anything changes.